In this Where Winds Meet video, I bring you things I wish I knew, a beginner's edition guide. Now what I mean by this is I've poured hundreds of hours into this game already within the global version. I thought I'd bring you a few tips and tricks you can indeed use, but also at the same time I feel you definitely need to know about. I have been jotting down these as I've been playing. I feel some of you may know about these already, but I know some won't, so let's go. How's it going, guys? My name's DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. So yeah, things I wish I knew sooner. I mean, this game is utterly, staggeringly massive, and to be honest, there's things I'm still learning by the day. So there's even room for me to improve here. But let's get into things, guys, and things I feel every player needs to know about, beginners or even experienced. First up, your hidden stats, those exploration skills, and just how crazy some of these are indeed. So if you pull up your menu, click on develop, on the right hand side of your screen you'll see details. This whole menu here will give you the lowdown on your character's progression in regards to your attributes, character status and so forth. Now these stats will rise within you, basically doing particular things across the open world. If you click on any of these stats, it tells you exactly how you level them up, and it's actually quite basic. But we also have this menu here, so click on this icon. What this does is bring up your exploration attributes, where we can see each attribute level. And again, with each one, if you click on them, it tells you exactly what you need to do in regards to raising them up. These are important, as some gear later on in the game requires you to have a certain level in a particular attribute here. So at least you know now where to come if you find a piece of gear which you can't equip because it's lacking a specific attribute. Now these all range from you chasing oddities around the map like butterflies, shrugs, to archery, card games, etc, etc. But again, clicking on any of these attributes here will tell you exactly what's needed to indeed level them up. Now if you click on this tab right here, guys, exploration skills, here you will see a whole host of passive skills in which you will indeed unlock as you level up those previous page attributes. Most of these you will want because they are pretty cool, but a couple of these are absolutely straight up incredible, like this one right down here under the 600 aspiration attributes point mark. It's called the Treasure Seeker, and this is something everybody needs in their life, trust me. So what it does is, as you can see, it shows the closest chest on the minimap. So yeah, basically guys, when you are running around in a city in a compact area where you know there's hidden chests everywhere, this will pinpoint them on the map for you, meaning you can just literally run around, pick these up and get all those juicy rewards. Now requirements for this are, as you can see, 600 total aspiration attribute points, and then 75 in perception and 75 in elegance. But it is a real amazing skill I recommend you definitely trying to get. Now I've made a full guide on how you can get this as fast as possible, which I'll link in the video description. But yes, I do wish I would have known about these stats earlier and these whole passive skills, as I cannot tell you how many times people early game I've just completely ignored oddities for the most part and just carried on with the campaign. But yeah, you know these are here now, so you know what you gotta do. Also, do not forget about the oddity NPC located here, people, who allows you to spend those oddities you do indeed find on a hidden skill tree, which will more or less make your character even better in every single way. So yeah guys, spend those oddities after you collect them. Another thing to do is also make sure you're as high a level as possible. Now what I mean by this is not your main overall level, although yes, you should be as high as possible and do those breakthroughs as soon as they become open to you. But what I actually mean by this is this stat right here. This is your martial mastery. Now not only will things unlock as you raise this number, like talents, etc, etc, this is the overall power of your character, and it's important to understand just what this number is and what it does. Also how you raise it. And this is why I say you want to make sure, guys, you are upgrading what you can indeed to level this up. So this number raises from literally everything you do with your character's progression. From upgrading your martial arts to even applying and upgrading your inner ways, or specific inner ways which work better with your setups. Equipping these can indeed raise this number. Your mystic skills and upgrading these too will also raise this number. And then we have enhance. This menu here basically represents your gear slots, and upgrading these will apply permanent upgrades to your character. It doesn't matter if you even change out gear, it does not matter at all. Once you've applied said buffs here, they stick no matter what gear you are indeed wearing. And that's the thing about this game, is the fact it gives you the best guides on how to get each item to increase said stats. So if you're in your enhanced tab and you want to upgrade a certain gear slot, you can see bottom right, it tells you what's indeed needed to upgrade said things. But if you click on specific materials you may not have any of, it will tell you exactly where you can get these from, and it's normally multiple sources, from vendors to even places you can farm on the map. So yeah, make sure you know and you're down with this system. Now indeed, obviously some items here will be harder than others, especially at those breakthrough levels, but we will talk about breakthrough levels on gear later on in the video when I talk about the best way to actually get said things to do this. But yes, again, with certain materials here guys, you can just simply click on them, and a lot of the time guys, these are resources you can indeed farm on the map. So with some of these, if you don't want to purchase them and spend your currencies, if the options there for this resource to be farmed, if you click on it, it will bring up your map, people. You can then track it, then you can go to said specific location guys, and it will pinpoint exactly where these are for you to farm, whether it's an animal and you need its fur, whether it's a plant. As soon as you take it out or pick up said plant, it will then mark the next one and the newest one on your map. So it's a great way to actually get resources to indeed level up your character. And again, all of this will indeed raise that martial mastery stat, so yeah, keep that in mind. Another thing here in regards to gear upgrading and things of this nature is gear tuning. Now this is something you will unlock around a level 40. I won't lie, I was so engrossed in this game, I only noticed this about a level 44, but I know for a fact it wasn't available for me within my lower levels. So gear tuning is the reason I've said in previous videos of why you shouldn't be getting rid of older gear, you shouldn't be recycling it just yet, and this is the reason for it. Because when it comes to tuning your gear, your specific gear that you are wearing, you can more or less basically infuse other materials into your gear to make it more powerful. So this is how this works, well obviously when it becomes available to you. So go to your gear tab within your develop option, and you'll see when you click on a gear piece, in the bottom right it will say tune. Here guys, again you can level up your gear, making it more powerful by basically infusing other materials or gear into it, applying benefits to said gear piece too. So you can click the add all button, and here it will auto apply what's needed, but if you click the select more option, it brings up exactly what you can use to gain those extra benefits and upgrade the selected gear piece. And you can see guys that a lot of the older gear that you would have kept, you can indeed use here to infuse into one said gear piece to make it even more powerful. This is a very important feature for you to use as soon as you do unlock it guys. So again, if you ain't here yet, if you don't have this tuning option, do not be getting rid of your older gear pieces. Also keep in mind, if you do tune into one specific gear piece and you end up swapping that out for a newer piece which is a higher level, you will have to tune back into that newer piece. Keep that in mind. This is not like your enhanced tab, your enhanced options. Gear tuning doesn't stick if you swap out gear pieces, so yeah, keep that in mind. Another thing you might not be aware of, and that is gear set pieces. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't worrying about these right now, but indeed they can make a difference and really should be something you are at least aware of. So within the top left corner of every one of your gear pieces, you will see a specific icon. Now these icons represent sets, and the more of this one particular set you have equipped, up to 4 of the same represented gear, means the more of a set piece bonus you will indeed get, and it tells you on each what they do. This means that end game guys, you can literally have 2 4 set bonuses applied to your character, which is the eventual plan for me. But as I'm leveling right now people, I'm not really making the most of this, but hey, it's something you can do right now if you wanted to, or you can just hold off until endgame. That's completely up to you, but as long as you are aware of this system in the game, you are good to go. Another thing this game does is actually tell you what you should be improving within your character. Underneath your martial arts, mastery and details, you have the improvement guide. This tells you where you're currently slacking in regards to your current progression, and then gives you ways to indeed improve upon this. Me right now, my character, gear and mystic skills are under par for the rest of my setup, and here it tells me what you can indeed do to increase and make these better. It also has a path guide tab. What this does is guide you into a few of the many ways you can indeed play the game in regards to gear. The left options, i.e. DPS, melee combat, tank melee combat and heal range combat. Clicking on any of these will give you the best ways to indeed build this way, from martial arts weapons to use, to gear setups, to your inner ways. I mean, you can follow this if you want to, and it will indeed work for you. But I'm just building my own path. But hey, again, the choice is here, the choice is yours. Okay, so let's move on to a few more of the basic things I do indeed wish I knew sooner. Like the auto heal feature. If your health drops below a certain point, you can actually auto heal without you doing anything. So go into your bag, tab across to items and then onto consumables. Here you can set the game up to auto use certain foods when your health drops below a certain point. Now, in regards to the easiest way and best way to get said foods to basically do this is firstly getting yourself the divine stuffed fish recipe. To do this, guys, come to this part on the map, challenge this kid to a fishing contest. If you haven't done fishing yet, he'll give you a rod and explain exactly how you fish, and it's simple, beat him. Upon you doing this, guys, he gives you this recipe. Then, guys, if you go into your bag, at the bottom of your screen you can click on the craft button or click the corresponding button, tab across to cook and then recipe, and it will be here for you. And it will show you exactly what it requires. They are riverfish, herbs and wild fruits. The latter two are super easy to get, and again the game gives you multiple different options on how you get them. But the riverfish is a trick you can indeed use. Here, equip the mystic skill of Tai Chi. No excuse in not having this, guys, it's the first one you get playing the game. Then, guys, find any body of water, a river specifically, in which you can walk into and covers most of your body, but you're not swimming. So you're basically still walking on the ground of the water with your head and chest popping out of the water. Then, guys, what you want to do is simply use that Tai Chi. In doing this, you get yourself those fish. Then you simply just go into your crafting menu, select that recipe, do what you gotta do and craft this recipe. Then from this point, guys, what you want to do is again equip these in that consumable tab to be auto used when your health drops below a particular point, which indeed you can set to as high or low as you want. That's up to you. Now, what I will say is certain boss fights in this game, this particular option is indeed voided out. You won't be able to use this specific recipe, but I believe as you progress the game, guys, you will find certain other food buffs that can indeed be used this way. So yeah, keep that in mind. And this really is another thing you should be familiar with, that's the crafting menu. This is great for multiple reasons, from crafting arrows to better bows and much more. I always knew it was here, but I never actually looked into it, and then when I was running around the map trying to get my oddities up, doing that archery and so forth, I needed arrows. Then I realised, guys, I could just craft them myself with a few simple tasks. So yeah, keep that in mind. Make the most of this crafting menu, guys, you may as well. As this game does, guys, it gives you great breakdowns of how things are indeed obtained and how you craft them. Simple. Another great way to earn simple and easy loot, people, is to indeed do those bounties where you have to take out certain targets. This will take mere minutes to complete, but indeed are definitely worth the reward. So if you bring up your menu, click on Wandering Paths, bottom right, click Bounties. On the far right here you have Bounty Hunting. Here there will be a list of bounties you can indeed complete and be rewarded for. Look at these rewards, guys, some great ones here for sure. And these will take you mere minutes, so you may as well do these while they are available to you. Another great tip, guys, is how you can remove markers. Now, what I will say is some of these markers are very helpful, and I appreciate the fact people are taking their time to indeed help others. But some of these markers people place in the most stupid places. I can't tell you how many grasshopper oddities I've lost because someone's placed a marker literally on top of the pots you smash, and because to pick up the oddities and to read these markers is the same button, yeah, you can get mixed up. So to get rid of them, guys, it's actually quite simple. Simply read them and press the thumbs down button. This will make the marker vanish. I suggest you do this anytime you're near a oddity revealed by your map, and there's a marker there. Simply do this. Also guys, if you come across a chest guarded by those annoying ass snakes, use your Celestial Seas Mystic skill to get that loot. Also, if you have 5,000 Jade coins spare, I suggest you come into this vendor right here on the map and purchasing all 10 of these. This is going to give you one of the best inner ways in the game, definitely up there anyway. And this is great no matter what you are using too. 80% chance to gain 1 stack of River when attacking or healing, and increases physical damage and healing by 1% for 8 seconds and stacks up to 5 times. Again, one of the best in the game, you may as well get this. Now, I've mentioned in my previous videos, I actually made a complete guide on daily and weekly routines where I cover all kinds of currencies. That's another video I will link in the video description. But for today's video guys, I want to talk about Jade, Fish and that mental energy. What these are, what you shouldn't be spending these on, because again, like I said, there are weekly and daily routines you should be taking advantage of. Otherwise you can miss out on specific loot, which is very important. So yeah, check out these clips from a previous video. So let's first talk about your mental energy. This is indeed used for various different things, but what I will say is you shouldn't let this cap out, because when you do, you're actually wasting it, because you won't earn more once it is capped out, and because you earn this from so many different things within this game, if it is capped out guys, it's going to complete waste. But when you realize what this is and what it's used for, you will understand my point here. It also has an auto recharge on it, so you get this back every so often for absolutely free. Also important to remember, your limit in regards to what you can hold at a single given time is raised when you do those breakthroughs, so keep that in mind. You also get the pillar powder resource item. Upon you using these, it replenishes 60 of this energy, and these come from breakthrough levels and the battle pass. Another thing to mention within this game, as you progress, it's all about reaching that end game, and until you do, I'd avoid spending those pillar powders. Yes, I just mentioned them talking about that energy, but still, these are indeed what you can use later on at that end game to indeed farm and use more energy to get specific things quicker without having to wait. So yes, there's really no point in using these right now. I mean, the game auto regens your mental energy, so yeah, save these for that end game point. That's my opinion anyway. Now, although this isn't really a part of your daily and weekly check-in, I feel it's important enough to mention that you shouldn't let this thing cap out, as I said. Indeed, use it in the various different ways that you can. So if you pull up your menu, select Wandering Paths, then click on Challenges, you can see activities here in which you can use this and be rewarded for doing so. The Still Sure Heart Seeker boss right here is indeed an activity you can indeed use these energies on and be rewarded for so. But as you play the game and as you progress, you'll unlock more bosses here in which you can use this energy on to get specific rewards. Here you will get gear, 2 cosmetic chests, 2 martial arts breakthrough upgrade materials, 2 oscillating jade using your enhancement of your gear, 2 coins and XP, so you get quite a lot of stuff for this. Right now for me on the Heart Seeker boss, it takes 20 per run, but upon you actually completing this boss and looting the end rewards, you can double up or even triple up depending on your progression, so getting more of these rewards per single run. But you can also use your energy on those outposts, which means completing them. You can then open up the chests at the end of these outposts and get materials from Ebon Iron to Escalating Jade to coins to experience to cosmetic chests and so forth, people. So yes, another great way to use that energy once you reach that cap. Now what I will say is things like the Oscillating Jades and the Ebon Iron are used to level up mystic skills and enhancing gear. So this is always a great material to have stacked loads of. So if you plan on playing on the daily, you plan on always hitting that cap of your energy, make sure you are running these guys. Outposts, once you do complete them though, will have a 24-hour cooldown on them, so do keep that in mind. There are also the heroes round, which you'll unlock at, I believe, like a level 41 or 51. But you also guys have these sword trials you can use this energy on. You can do this co-op or even with AI basically teammates, take these bosses down and earn some great loot in the same way and the same manner of reward. So yes guys, if you've got that energy and you want to use it, this is where you can do so. So let's start with that Jade fish, which you are capped out at 20k per week. Here guys, I recommend you spending this on items that are first on a weekly refresh. Now this Jade fish currency you can earn from basically everything you do, so you won't really come short of it unless you waste it on pointless things. So if you pull up your menu, then go to the shop, then select offers, then select exchange shop and click on the season shop. Within here guys, we have a few tabs we're going to check out. First up we have the top one, which is the combat development tab. Here guys, you want to be using that Jade fish, and I recommend you buying all of the weekly supply of the martial arts combat tips. Both of these chests, when they become available to you, make sure you are buying them and buying their weekly limit. These are used to indeed level up your martial arts through the breakthrough level. You can't have too many of these people. Once you buy these, they go into your bag, in which you can then open them up and select specific custom tips you indeed need, which will be different for the different martial arts. Also guys, purchase the Inouye note chests when they become available to you. These are indeed a long grind, so getting them here is a must. These are used obviously for your Inouye breakthrough levels, so important stuff here people. Now if you wanted to and you can spare it, the Oscillating Jade isn't a bad pick either, nor is the life supply support boxes. But yes, only if you have the spare Jade fish, or you have enough of it. Now if you come down a tab to the gear chest tab, here I wouldn't recommend you using your Jade fish as of right now, as you're still progressing, and these are just RNG, so ain't worth it in my opinion as of right now. Later on in the game though, they may be. Now if you come down to the profession development tab, we have all of these, which I'd recommend you also buying if you can afford them. Reason being is we are both a healer and a scholar in this game, and these are used to indeed level these up. Now if you are not aware of this, bring up your menu, go to that profession tab, and here you can see healer and scholar. Here guys, clicking on either of these or both of them if you haven't initiated them already, then clicking on the gain the ability in the bottom right, you'll do like a small quest which teaches you about these and this core ability. Once you complete these people, you then guys have a whole menu open up with things you can indeed level up. And what's needed to level these up? Yes, you know, those what we just checked out, being the career notebooks, the contents of both the healer and scholar gift boxes, and the custom career gift box. These indeed guys, as I said, level these up for you. Lastly here, back in the shop, we have the bottom tab of the appearance exchange. At the bottom of this menu we see the Linerging Melody. This is a limited per week and costs 200 Jade coins, but you need to hit the max of 20k on the Jade fish before you can actually purchase these. This is basically your gotcha ticket, which if you do not know, the Linerging Melody is basically a type of ticket you can use within the draw Sound of Silence to unlock various limited edition cosmetics. So if that is what you're into, it's definitely worth you grabbing these. Another way to get a couple of these Linerging Melodies is through the Meow temple shop seen right here on the map. If you've basically done a lot of those Meow challenges across the map, you should have a decent supply of the Meow treasures, or the bells shall we call them. Here guys, you can purchase 2 of these Linerging Melodies, so yeah, keep that in mind. These don't have a refresh though, so I believe once you buy these you won't see them again. But yes, just a quick tip there. Back to those Linerging Melodies though, there are a few other ways in which you can obtain these. The samurai icons in and around your map will also reward you, these people. There are also a couple of other vendors which will offer you these too, like the Meow shop temple within the Ghostlight market. Now you can get to this Ghostlight market via a couple of ways, via the Bounty Trouble side quest, or you can just come to the Captial and come to this coffin shop right here guys, make your way inside, enter this coffin, and it will teleport you to this Ghostlight market. Now what I will say is once you are in here, it's very important that you change your in-game time to Moa. This will trigger nighttime and it will trigger an actual side quest here where the NPC of the Elder will indeed give you a rat mask which you need to wear to use and basically take advantage of the vendors in this area, otherwise they will not serve you. So yeah, I'm not sure that's needed for the Meow Meow temple. It's something I didn't check, but yeah, do what you gotta do here. And I've made a complete guide on this Ghostlight market, which again I'll link in the video description if you guys want to check that out. Also, this vendor within the Captial, who by the way, to even get to you guys, you'll have to bribe a guard. I mean, you can sneak in, but the vendor will not speak to you unless you've been granted access. So bribe this guard at this specific point. You have to give him 20k coin, people, but yeah, you should have plenty of this, and then you can make your way in, come to this vendor, guys, and he has one of these Linerging Melodies for you. What I also mention, guys, is make sure you buy these in a way chest too. As I mentioned earlier, you cannot have enough of these, people. And to end, constantly keep checking your menus after doing things, because there's just so much you claim within this game. If you see something highlighted in red, it probably means you have stuff to indeed claim, so always follow that red marker. And there we have it, guys, on things I wish I knew sooner. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leaving a like really helps me out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully, guys, I will see you on that next one.